Welcome back to the Tabletop Podcast. Hello, Kurt.
Hello, episode 10.
Episode 10.
Double digits.
Yeah. I think we were going to try and do something special for this week, but sort of fallen through a bit.
I don't know what you're on about.
No. In all fairness,
I've
had a busy week.
You've had a busy week. Yes. You know, we've got some Coke Zero.
Yeah,
that's pretty special.
Fancy cans as well. They've remodelled their cans. Nobody can see it.
Nobody can, but they are fancy. Imagine a fancy Coke can. There you go.
Yeah. Mate, I want to make a compilation of all our podcast starts because they just, we try to keep it in order and go straight onto topic and they never end up being it.
Well,
never, ever.
It's because you always ask, how am I? And I just go, sad.
Tell me about your week, Kurt. Tell me about your week.
Oh, right.
What did you do Monday? What did you do on Monday?
Monday,
It's a bank holiday.
That was when we recorded.
That's where we recorded a podcast. There we go. Tuesday. What did you do on Tuesday?
So Tuesday. All right, well, don't do this because I don't do anything.
Yeah. I can't even remember what I did on Tuesday.
Well, I still couldn't even walk around, so I couldn't even leave the house.
Oh yeah. True.
Let's think about this. I might have watched Red Dwarf.
Red Dwarf. What show?
I might have on Monday. I can't remember. I watched it one of the days. I watched Ramesh Ranganathan's new show with Rob Beckett.
Oh yes, that's so funny.
I watched the art episode on that day. That was quite funny. It was entertaining.
Yep.
I haven't watched the rest of them actually. I need to start watching them.
I think I only caught a couple clips of them.
It was
what did I do on Tuesday?
Terrifying.
I can't even think what I did on Tuesday. Just what I've been doing.
Running.
Working and running, unfortunately.
That's
something I can mention.
There we go.
I'm done.
He's done.
Anyone who's following the podcast or follows my Instagram, I've just finished yesterday running 100 miles for Young Minds.
Big dub.
Mate, you don't. My legs kill today. Fucking kill.
How many miles did you do on the last day?
The last run was my shortest one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Mate, I saved them up. I told myself if I do a little bit extra in the early weeks, the last week will be easy. So I have got the actual numbers on my phone, but I was doing about 21, 22 miles a week. And then the last week, I think I did about 16.
Oh, happy days. Then.
Yeah, so yesterday I went out and did it. If you haven't seen, I'll leave all the links because the GoFundMe's still in and everything like that. But the YouTube video, I don't know if you've seen.
I haven't seen. I was going to watch it this morning, but then I was like, I'm going to wait for you to come around. I was going to put it on when you arrived, but I forgot to do it.
Some of them, it's quite fun. It's serious. It's longer than the other videos.
Serial.
Because
serial.
It's like a roundup of the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
But we did like a fancy dress thing. And yeah, we kept asking throughout the week. The original idea was to do a fancy dress Friday for every run on a Friday.
Oh no!
And if I'm honest, that idea got scrapped very soon because the idea of some of the suggestions we had, dinosaur onesies, Wonder Woman, the idea of getting home from work on a Friday night and going out for a run at a park with loads of people, especially considering the weather's been pretty nice the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's been
loads of people out running about in a bra and knickers like Wonder Woman. Nah. So we left it for the last thing, and somebody suggested we do dress up like Rocky Balboa, and this is where I think our minds linked here because you sent me a message, didn't you?
I saw on your story that you put up saying last run tomorrow, and I was like, I've got a Rocky Balboa.
You've got to do it, and we did. And when you watch the video, I'll link it in the description. It's we do a little Rocky Balboa montage, and it's pretty cool. I tried my best to look like Rocky in the original film. I had a little headband, grey jumper, grey joggers, proper like 80s look. Tuck my socks in and
get some hand.
Yeah, wrap my hands up. I was running about throwing punches. It was great. And then we did that scene right at the end where you run up the stairs and we were jumping. But then we chucked a couple of bloopers in. We had one because my brother's had surgery on his ankle, but the same week you had your toes done basically, and he's on crutches, so he's filming me running up the hill, and there's a little mean wild bit in the video while I'm sprinting up the hill and he's climbing up on his crutches. It's quite funny. The last bit, he's put a little compilation of ums and ers where all the recordings he always take. I don't know what it is when we do the podcast. We can just talk.
Yeah,
I think it might have something to do with there's not a camera or something.
When you're being recorded, I feel like it's a bit different because obviously that and you're the guy you're talking to the camera.
Yeah.
So you haven't you do have a two-way conversation with the person holding the camera, but it's very difficult to talk through the camera.
Yeah.
It
always baffles me because we can just talk for hours and hours on a podcast, but for the YouTube videos, I could not. I
couldn't
kept
string
going
a
on.
sentence.
And every
together.
single sentence, you know, we're writing out what I'm gonna say, but every single thing is like between everything. So Mike, my brother, has clipped all the ers and ums, and there's like a 30-second section at the end of just ers and ums. It's quite funny, but it's a good little roundup of the challenge.
You ummed again then?
Yeah.
Shocking.
Look, it's making me nervous. It's making me nervous.
So as you're thinking about cameras.
Yeah, that's
and
it. There's a camera in front.
There's a camera on your laptop.
That is. Maybe it's recording me. Who knows?
They get a very good side profile of you.
Yeah, that's it.
The entire podcast.
But,
upload that video with it on YouTube. Just the side profile of Alex.
Yeah,
every
that's
episode.
it. An hour-long video of me. Just notice they don't even need the sound. With
Doesn't
it.
even look at you once. It'd be like following him.
Yeah, I'm going to stare at the camera the whole time now, just in case. But yeah.
Hello, FBI.
I think we raised nearly £700. I'm not actually, if I'm honest, I don't know how the GoFundMe works. When I put it up, it didn't ask for a date that I wanted it down or whatever.
It's just there forever now. It's a
so
part
I
of
don't know if
history.
it just stays up forever or it goes down eventually, but, you know, I'm done now, so I assume the GoFundMe's still up.
No, you got to keep running until the GoFundMe goes back down.
That's it. And yeah, we've raised almost £700, mate. It's fucking that's insane to me because that's quite a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
But no, yeah, I'm just so relieved it's over. If I'm honest, it was for a good cause. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah.
Very happy to do it. I'll tell you right now, this week I will be chilling the fuck out.
nice chill time.
I spoke to remember Jamie Hall from
yes.
I don't know if he listens. I don't think he does, but he texted me. He was texting me during the challenge, asking me, "Oh, should we go for some runs and stuff?" Because he's trying to lose some weight with me.
Yeah.
And he he asked me if I wanted to go out for a run tomorrow. And I had to politely decline.
You're like, no movement.
I will not be doing any running this week, I don't think. I think I'm going to miss training. I'm going to miss everything. I'm going to be ready for your birthday this week, trust me. I'm going to be rested and ready.
Birthday. Yeah. Do you know what, right?
You're getting old, mate.
Genuinely, I messaged Alex saying, right, do you want to watch this Jake Paul fight with me? Not even realising that my birthday was like 2 days before it. I just messaged him asking if he wanted to watch the boxing. And he went, we could do it for your birthday. Well, that's a good idea, I guess.
I forgot about my birthday. No, I did have a who was I? It might have been Victor. I don't even remember who I was talking to, but we were thinking, we got to try and plan something for Kurt's birthday. I wasn't sure if you were thinking of doing anything or not.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is I'm still not too sure what.
It's as much as it's perfect timing because. You know, I don't know when people are listening to this, but when we're recording this, what's the date today?
The 11th today.
And on the 12th of April, pubs beer gardens reopen, and you know we're old enough now; it's legal. We can go for drinks, and we love going for drinks.
We do love a drink,
but unfortunately, it's in the first week.
Yes.
And I said to you before, when I was looking at places to book a table for our mates to go and have a drink for your birthday, everywhere is fully booked.
It's very
4 weeks. Yeah.
It's not too surprising, let's be honest.
So, yeah, I think we'll just end up at the rugby club, really. But but yeah, we were going to watch a Jake Paul fight. But if anybody from
5 a.m.
If anyone from Triller or whoever is recording this is listening, not at all. But what an outrageous price to be! It's Jake Paul in a boxing match. Are you joking? The one in the UK, is I can't even remember who. It's like an app called Fight is streaming it. If you're in America, do you know how much they're charging Triller to watch it?
Yeah, I did.
$46.99. $47.
Ridiculous.
On what planet? On what planet?
And the worst bit is people will pay to.
Yes, exactly. But it's like people like Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury charge $19.99 for a pay-per-view fight for unification world title fights, top of the top boxing matches. Jake Paul versus Ben Askren. And in all fairness, I might even be willing to buy it just to watch Jake Paul get his head knocked off. Honestly,
such a bizarre.
Yeah, it is.
Anyway. I don't even know if I want to talk about it because I don't know what's going to happen.
Just call him out. I'll fight you, Jake Paul. Give me 10 million. Give me 10 million. I'll fight you. Anyway, let's get on to.
Been training like Rocky, might as well.
Yeah, exactly. I've been running about. That would help me. Maybe not. So we put a poll up this week.
We did.
This was your poll this week. A bit different from our normal polls.
It was
yes or no, but I like this idea.
It was on. I saw the other day. It was on Twitter, and it caused a lot of controversy. You know, a lot of things were trending because of it.
And this is what we like on a podcast. We love controversy.
We do.
We absolutely love controversy.
Unless it gets us in trouble.
Yes, unless it cancels us. And then
At which point it's not our fault.
Yes.
It was the other people's fault.
Yes. So Kurt sent me a photo earlier in the week. Basically, it's just a photo with a bunch of, how would you say, brands of like movies and...
what's the word? There is a word for it, isn't there? Like franchise.
Franchises, yeah. Those are like the biggest franchises. And basically said you have to get rid of... Well, we said you have to get rid of one. Because otherwise people would get rid of half of them. Because you can't like every single thing on there. That's just... It's not going to be possible. So we said in the poll, we put it up. I'll read out what it is. It's Star Wars, Marvel... Oh, I've just clicked off the photo. Star Wars, Marvel, DC, Jurassic Park, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Fast and Furious, Back to the Future, James Bond, Star Trek, Indiana Jones, and Avatar.
I don't know how Avatar even is eligible.
Yeah,
really.
I don't know, because it's not a franchise, it's a single film. But, to be fair, before Endgame, it was the highest grossing film ever. But then you made a good point about Avatar.
It was the only reason it was who's the director for it? Was it like... I can't remember the guy's name, but it was a big name director, and it was the first 3D film to come out.
James Cameron.
Yeah, I thought it was James Cameron. Yeah, and it was the first 3D film to come out.
Yeah.
That's the only reason.
Yeah,
it
did make a lot of money. Well, there we go. Then we'll start off with, as we do, because we're selfish and we only care about our opinions. I'll ask you first. What are you getting rid of?
Easily, Avatar.
Yeah.
If I had to
get rid of as many of them as you like.
If I had to get rid of, we'll say three. We'll say a good
get rid of three.
I would probably get rid of James Bond just because I've never watched them.
I sort of feel like it missed our generation.
Yeah,
we're too young for James Bond.
It's just it's this own sort of thing. Indiana Jones, I'm not a massive fan, but it's Indiana Jones. You know what I mean? So I can't really get rid of Indiana Jones.
I love Indiana Jones. I played the Lego.
That's what I was going to say. It's the Lego games that what carry that in my mind. Fast and Furious is it's mental, but it's okay. It's okay mental.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a film for a good time. Yeah. It's not. You can't take it anywhere near as serious as you would like to.
You can't be a proper fanboy over Fast and Furious, but it's a good film to watch.
Yeah. Lord of the Rings. Love Lord of the Rings. Big fan. Harry Potter. I don't like Harry Potter. I don't.
It's controversial for me.
See, I just, the best way I had an argument with my mum about Harry Potter. Right? I said, why would anyone choose to watch Harry Potter over, for example, we'll say, Lord of the Rings, right? Because, hear me out, right?
Okay.
The action scenes, right?
Yep.
An action scene in Harry Potter is two people holding a stick, right? And saying made up words.
Okay, that's very oversimplified.
yes, right? But Lord of the Rings is like armies just having a massive battle. Yeah. How are you going to tell me that Harry Potter is more entertaining? The story, Lord of the Rings story, is better than Harry Potter's story.
Yeah.
And it's got more lore than Harry Potter has. How can people say that Harry Potter is the better?
You see, I'm not going to get rid of Lord of the Rings. I don't think I've actually sat through and watched all the films.
See, I have.
I wouldn't say I'm a fan of Lord of the Rings, but I can appreciate people who are. It seems like something cool. It seems like something I can watch. It's just one of those things I haven't got around to watching.
I'm not a massive fan of Lord of the Rings.
Whereas Harry Potter, until about probably 2 or 3 years ago, I'd aspire for is fucking Harry Potter. Why would I want to watch Harry Potter? And then I started watching. I think I've done like 2 entire marathons of them.
So I'm
hooked. Again, I wouldn't say it's one of those things that I absolutely love. Like there's a couple of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
In my mind, the best one out of all of them is it goes. It's the tough one. I'm gonna say Marvel, then maybe Star Wars. Yeah. Then I'd say Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
That'd be the best.
That's what I mean. Say something like Marvel, the MCU. I'm a fanboy. I fucking love.
But I reckon, all the films. Yeah, I'd say MCU. I've seen them all. Yeah. Apart from the Agents of Shield, but that's shit. No, so we just.
Whereas something like Harry Potter, I could sit and watch it. If somebody wanted to sit and do a Harry Potter marathon, I would. But and then again, if you wanted to do a Marvel marathon, my God, you better have about 6 weeks.
See, that's the thing. In terms of films, I'd argue that like Harry Potter has got good films. Like I've seen them. I've seen them all, but I couldn't put them together. I've not seen them enough to be able to tell you in order what ones is which. Like,
I don't think I could even.
I've only seen. I think I saw 2 of them in the cinema when they came out, but it just never entertained me. No. Never.
It's not for everyone, is it? It's one of those things.
And I'd say the last one I'd have to get rid of Not Star Trek. Now,
Oh,
I know you don't
okay.
like you don't like Star Trek. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Can't be MCU. It can't be Stars. I can't get rid of Harry Potter just because the people would hate me.
Yeah. They've got a strong fan base.
They do. Can't be DC. I feel DC's got too much promising stuff, really.
Yeah.
I can't get rid of Jurassic Park.
No.
I don't like Jurassic
You're getting
Park.
rid of Jurassic Park. You're
but-
insane.
The problem is with Jurassic Park, in my opinion, is it's just so. It's just like, why do they keep making the fucking park? It keeps going wrong.
Silly. It's silly, but it's fun. It's fun. Dinosaurs.
It's very similar, ironically, to Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Very repetitive. Why do you keep doing it to yourself?
I'm not a fan of Back to the Future. I think that was another one that I just missed completely.
Yeah, again,
but
that's a bit little before our generation, but I've seen it and I love Back.
I'd say so. I'll get rid of Avatar. I'll get rid of James Bond, and I'll probably get rid of Back to the Future. Oh, it's a
Okay.
very, very, very close with Harry Potter. Very, very
okay.
close.
See, that's not all that controversial. Personally, James Bond's going for me.
Yeah.
Again, same reason. Star Trek's going for me.
Right.
Actually, we'll leave Star Trek for the last one, and I don't actually. What else did I say?
How can you not get rid of Avatar?
And I said to Lord of the Rings is the thing there that I haven't seen, so I can't really say anything. But it's one of those things that I want to watch. Whereas DC,
I'll tell you what, Alex. I'll
DC is just a
happily
complete-
do a Lord of the Rings marathon with you.
they're
we watched
fucking
the
long as well. We could do the uncut version. Like the
Oh, I've got.
director's
I
cut,
own the
yeah.
uncut versions.
That's it. They're all like 4 hours long, isn't they? I'd love to watch them. I'd love to do it.
Equality.
The second one I want to get rid of, James Bond, DC. I'm going to get rid of DC.
DC.
I don't
Batman.
enjoy. You know what ruined it for me?
Go on.
When I watched the Schneider cut of the Justice League.
You watched the Snyder Cut.
I watched an hour and a half of it and I got bored.
Oh, it's shameful. Thing is, it was a lot longer, and it had quite a bit of filler in it. But
Yeah.
when the action scene gets round, you are gripped.
Yeah, I don't think I got to any action scene. I
That's
watched an
the
hour and a
thing.
half, which is an average length of a film, and I genuinely hadn't seen anything I was interested in.
The problem was,
And it might have been something to do with the fact I've already seen the Justice League film, so I already know what's going to happen. But
There is
can you imagine? I can tell you right now that
Yeah.
if the directors of Endgame put together a uncut, Endgame is almost 4 hours long already.
It was
6 hour long uncut version of Endgame.
Yeah.
I would sit and watch that the second it is released, and I don't care how much filler it is.
true, but the problem is, I say, is DC's the Snyder Cut. It had no. The problem that Marvel had all of its own films.
Yeah.
It just went, here's Aquaman. We've got to give something about Aquaman.
Yeah.
Here's Cyborg. We've got to give them something about
Yeah, they
Cyborg.
didn't
Otherwise,
have their own
otherwise
films
they
at
have
the
the
time.
problem that the original one fell into, which was nobody knew who the fuck anyone was.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
that's
That
the
is
problem.
true.
That's why it was
So
as
yeah,
long as it was.
DC is going for me.
DC going.
And
All right.
Star Trek. Now we can talk about Star Trek,
Right.
Because you have one big reason for me
Yes.
that I can completely understand.
I'm going to happily say this now. I'm not a fan of Star Trek. Like, I've never watched the series. They've
Oh,
loads
okay.
of different series.
Yeah.
That's another thing, though. There is a lot of content
Yes.
for something like Star Trek. There is a
TV
lot.
shows
I'd
and
argue there's more
films and-
content for Star Trek than there is anything else
Yeah.
on this list.
Yeah. True.
Maybe only rivaled by the MCU.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, there's a lot of Star Wars stuff, to be fair.
You'd
TV
be
shows and
surprised.
films.
You'd be surprised. Well, the thing is, they keep making things canon and uncanon,
Yeah.
and then that's why like Disney just ripped it apart basically and
Yeah.
went, right, we're making
Fuck
a new
Disney.
one.
Fuck Disney.
So I'd say
What is your reasoning for keeping
Star Trek has to stay because it made Patrick Stewart, right? Now, anyone who's a fan of Patrick Stewart knows what a guy. Like,
I
he's,
love Patrick Stewart.
he's such a. He literally it made his career. He
Yeah.
was going to quit acting before Star Trek.
Well, here's the argument, because if we're saying we're getting rid of it, does that mean it's getting rid of the actors that played that it just
So
never
if Harry
existed?
Potter, we get rid of.
Or we're still in today's time, that Star Trek
well,
just
that's
isn't there
the
anymore.
problem though. Is like you get like Daniel Radcliffe and Harry Potter. He was really young, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So chances are he would have been in something else.
Yeah.
His career. But Patrick Stewart was genuinely done with acting.
He wasn't exactly young, was he? So
Like he was like, right, if
Yeah.
this doesn't work, I'm done.
yeah. And I guess it
So-
sort of worked for some people. Okay.
But the thing is, as I'm saying, you just can't get rid of Star Trek just because it made Patrick Stewart
Yeah.
and it had what was that geezer Spock?
Spock.
Live long and prosper.
Yeah, that's it,
that
that's
guy.
Okay, we have a few responses.
Go
I
on.
feel like we should probably go on to we owe our listeners some. Victor has said, Avatar,
I agree.
overhyped. Honestly,
It
It's
really
just-
is.
it's
If,
overhyped.
I'd argue that the worst one out of all of it is Avatar.
Someone used to keep telling me to watch a film. I mean, I watched it when it first came out. Who isn't? I mean, everyone's seen Avatar, but
I watched it in the cinema.
It's just-
It was. It's a, don't get me wrong, right? It's not a bad film,
No.
but it is not as good as any of the
yeah,
other
I wouldn't-
franchises.
and I wouldn't say it's world class enough to credit how much money it's made.
It's such a simple, like you know,
I quite like the idea.
it's
of
a
it.
good
The storyline's
idea,
quite
but it's the
cool,
same
but-
thing as you wouldn't go like, oh, District 9, what a film.
Yeah.
Do you know
It's
what I
too fucking long.
It is.
Fucking 3 hours of it. Oh. Sadie has said Fast and Furious.
No, yes,
It's
right.
the same film 9 times. Now,
No, now
it's
I'd
not the
say
same film 9 times. I'd say it's the same film about 4 times.
I'd say 5 times,
Five
right? I'd
times.
say the first 3 films completely different to the last.
Yeah.
All the
Quite
rest of them.
confusing actually, the first 3 films, because the timeline's all over the place.
Do you know what? I watched a video on it and it really explained it very well. It went right. First one is white street races. Second one is wait, what is it? White and black street races, and the third one is Chinese street races.
Yeah, but the thing, is, the weird thing is,
That's the best way I can
now,
explain it.
If you watch the newer films, the whole films are based around. You'd pretty much say the main character is Dom. That's what you'd say.
See,
the main character
yeah.
is Dom. Whereas Fast and Furious 2, Dom's and 2 and 3.
I don't know actually.
Dom's
I might
not in it.
say I
He's not
might.
in the films. And number 3 is completely different. And I think we might have watched the same video or something. But the way they explained it to me is when they made number 3, they were trying to make it a completely separate film. Like the characters didn't link up.
Yeah.
Between 2 and 3,
Yeah.
there was none of the same characters. They brought in a brand new character.
See, 4.
You met Hutton. You went to
4 was Hobbs.
yeah, and they went to Tokyo Drift was number 3,
Yeah.
wasn't it? And completely different storyline, completely different setup. And then they went, oh god, everybody likes Dom. We've got to bring him back for number
Yeah.
4. And then they tried to combine the storylines. It didn't quite
See,
work.
I think they made a smart choice. Now, the first 3 are very 50-50. You either love them or you hate them.
Yeah.
Right? I was a fan of them.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I like the street
Most
racer
people
thing.
our age would have missed out on them because again, they're sort of
Yeah, true.
behind
But
our
I
time.
really like the first 3 films, right? 4, when 4 came out, or not even when they must have been writing 4, they went, right, what are we going to do to shake it up? And they went, right, we're just going to make it batshit crazy,
Yeah.
right? So we're going to have, no longer are they just good street racers. They're now going to be, like, quality fighters.
Yeah,
They're going to be amazing
military,
yeah, like, they are going to be the best of the best.
Yeah.
Like, for example, the best way to put it is Dom went from, big sad boy with fast car
Yeah.
to, can officially take on The Rock
Yeah.
in hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah.
And then not only that, do other shit like, fly planes and so just
Yeah.
random shit that you shouldn't be able to do.
Yeah.
Like, there's that woman, the one who's Dom's, like, girlfriend in the films,
Yeah, which
right?
one?
Goes
Had
from...
about 4. didn't
The one who's in it from, like, the
The
start.
Latino one.
Yeah. So she from the very first film, she was literally there, pretty much eye candy, and
Yeah.
just a bit of like, oh, what's she gonna do with Dom? What's going on there?
Yeah.
She ends up fighting Ronda Rousey and 3 trained assassins in hand-to-hand combat
Yeah.
and wins. It's
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
what point did they go, right, this is going to be the new
Yeah.
plot? She loses
Yeah,
her mind, forgets everything, and then just becomes an assassin.
Yeah.
And you're like, right.
It's weird. So Sadie, we can almost agree with you because most people
It's
can
just
say it's a very
happy-
repetitive film,
Yes.
but it's so batshit crazy that I'm just going to watch it every single time.
I think the best
new-
way to put it is it's happy, but it's chaotic.
Yes. Have you
it's
seen the
so-
trailer for the new one?
I don't think I have.
John Cena.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
When we say repetitive, they are literally just going, right, think of
Wrestler,
a crime they
wrestler.
can do, think of a wrestler that we can add in.
Watch, next one's going to be Dave Bautista. It's going to be like
That's it.
someone robbed a man's fish.
And it's like they go, think of a character we can bring in that nobody knew even existed. Dom's brother. That's it. John Cena is Dom's brother in this. So,
I reckon Paul Walker's going to have a step brother.
Yeah,
in one of the
that's
next
it.
ones.
Someone's gonna come in.
Paul Walker had a brother.
they're going to
What?
finish off the Fast
He
and
wants
Furious film,
custody of the children, and then
Yeah.
just something stupid like that.
Yeah. My little brother said Harry Potter.
Now,
I feel like
as I
we've
said,
already discussed
I
this.
agree. Like, I just don't. It doesn't entertain me. It's so pickledy,
Yeah.
and then just
Here's a little friend, Charles, who said DC. Again, I can agree with that.
I can. but
Alice has said Fast and
potential.
Furious. We already discussed this, Alice. We don't agree with you, sorry. Please carry on listening, though. Now, this one is the most controversial of all. No, I'm not going to say the controversial one. Our mate Connor said Star Trek. We've spoken about it. Just said it wasn't his cup of tea. Same as me. Patrick Stewart, though, Connor, so apparently you're wrong.
Yeah, when Patrick Stewart gets involved, you step back. You
No,
go, right,
this
okay.
one,
You put
Kurt.
your hands in the air and go, I apologise.
I don't think we should give this guy any any props for his suggestion. He said Marvel.
Oh yes.
Can I just look at your T-shirt?
My Marvel T-shirt?
Does your T-shirt says Marvel?
My Marvel T-shirt.
You can't come on this. I mean, if you've listened to this podcast, literally the first 7 episodes, we had an entire section devoted to talking about a Marvel TV show.
Yeah, I
Marvel
think
should sponsor us.
Marvel.
How are you going to say Marvel?
The problem is Marvel is. I can understand if you get like the Marvel formula, you know, it gets a bit repetitive.
Yeah.
But then they did switch it up with like, you know, what was it? Not Endgame, the other one, Infinity War.
Yeah.
You know, because it did get a bit, you know, you knew what was going to happen, but it was fun anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just watching, you know, Thor and Hulk just doing
I
things.
want to see that, man.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
so cool.
I just, it's too good to get rid of out of them. I think there's not even anything more we need to say about that, really.
Yeah.
I think
That's
Which
enough. That's enough of
sums
that
it up.
poll. That's enough of that. We've got to think of one for next week, but
I'm sure we'll figure something.
this next bit, Kurt, I
Right.
don't know how sad it's going to get because I don't know how you feel about it on the subject. That's why we're going to talk about it.
Okay,
A lot has happened this week.
lots.
We'll start off with the big news of the week. Prince Philip,
Oh, big Phil.
big Phil.
I did watch a little bit of a compilation of Phil just being very rude to children, and it made me laugh.
Yeah.
He just
Well,
some
no,
little girl
this is what I
handed
want
him.
to ask. This is what I want to ask you. Be as serious or as unserious you want. I don't know what your opinion is on Prince Philip,
Right.
but
I'm not a big
What do you
fan of
think
the
about it?
royals in general,
No,
but the
I'm
thing is, right, someone like Philip, you've got to understand, he's out of touch. Right?
yes,
He's
that's
not.
what
He
I'd
was
say. No,
99.
I don't.
You know,
I don't
he-
particularly like him because of that. If you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Just some of the stuff he said in the media. Then again, I'm not going to be one to turn around and say, I mean, it's sad that he's dead.
It
But
is
at the
sad
same
he's dead.
time, it's like, it's the same sort of sadness if you heard, a stranger had died on the news or something.
Yeah.
A tragic.
like,
I
oh,
feel
rip.
for the family.
Rest
But at the
in
end of the
peace.
day, what
Well,
do the
the
royal
thing
family
is-
mean to me?
Yeah, like that's what I was sort of like. I was like,
But
but
then
the
I
thing
think-
is, Philip, you know, he served during the war.
Well, yeah. This
You
is.
know,
I've got-
he
I've
was
got-
he was a good
I've got something
patriotic
here. I
guy.
was gonna,
However, he was a tad bit, you know.
yeah.
He sort of falls into the same bracket as, you know, Churchill, I guess, where it's like people are like, oh, he was racist, but obviously the thing is it was so different
Yeah.
back then.
Yeah. It was a.
Like I said, he would do things that people find very insulting, but he wouldn't realise he was doing it.
Yeah.
Like, I watched some kid give him like some letter that they wrote for him, and instead of reading it, he just looked at the kid and went, "Do you know how to do joined up handwriting?" And you're like, I was just like, "Oh, Philip, he
Yeah.
doesn't. He does."
I did try to do some reading up. Now, most of the stuff I saw in the media about Prince Philip is bad stuff.
Oh yeah.
All this racist stuff and misogynistic
I just
stuff.
don't think he meant it.
I don't. Yeah. At the end of the day, I'm not here to slag him off because. Again,
And I understand, just because he
don't
didn't
wanna-
mean it doesn't mean it's okay.
Yeah. But I found a little sum up of at least one of his good bits. I'm not going to try and nobody cancel us because we like Prince Philip or something.
I don't
But
really
this
like
he says.
Prince Philip.
Obviously, he had his he's the Duke of Edinburgh. I've done
He
my
was.
Bronze Duke of Edinburgh award. It was quite fun actually. This bit's off the internet. It says the Duke of Edinburgh Award scheme continues to inspire young people for more than 60 years in over 140 nations, and is one of the country's best known charities. He played an active role in over 780 charitable organisations. And as much as there is lots of arguments to say that they don't do a lot, the royals, and why should we be bothered, is just another family to us, really. He was involved in a lot, even if it was just the publicity of a lot of
Yeah.
of organisations and charities. He did a lot for charity, which I can resonate with because
Yeah. You
who
can
doesn't like
respect
charity
it.
work. I don't really know if we can get away with saying much else about him without getting cancelled.
I like to say one thing about him.
Yes.
Isn't he worshipped by some tribe? In like,
Oh yes, I read about that.
Carl Pilkington goes to
Yeah,
it. I'm pretty sure. I
Yeah,
swear it was
mate.
like Carl or something. But
Yeah.
yeah, I just find that very funny.
Yeah.
There's a tribe somewhere that
Prince Philip.
they just love Philip. They got pictures of him
Yeah.
just all over the place.
as much as I say I don't want to slag Prince Philip off, I have been finding it rather funny being on TikTok this week, looking at some of them.
Now-
Did I send the one I sent you?
Oh yeah.
It was the
Meghan
clip
Markle.
from Shaun of the Dead when they go kill Phil, grab Liz, go to the pub and wait for it all to blow over, and the caption was Meghan Markle's plan is going ahead. It's just it did just fit
Yeah, it
really,
was funny.
really
It was
well.
funny.
The names fit really well. Anyway, another death.
Another
this
death,
week.
same day.
Same day.
believe.
That I
Was
mean,
it same day?
personally, means
No,
a
it would
lot
have
more
been
to
the day
me.
afterwards, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Well, I think it was confirmed.
I would like to
It
say
was
something.
confirmed
I
on the
did
day.
see, so on Twitter when Philip died, there was a thing called Black Twitter. I don't know if you
Yeah.
know about Black
Yeah,
Twitter.
I've
Now
heard of
they
Black
were
Twitter.
they was happy to say the least, right? And the people who supported the Royals wasn't happy about them being happy.
Yeah.
So they were saying, well, you know, I only read one thread because I didn't care. It wasn't
Yeah.
really didn't interest me anyway. And it literally said, it just went, you're happy that Philip's dead, but just wait for DMX, right? And then about an hour later, it came out that DMX was dead. And I was like, right, I want to check this thread, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Alex. the insults from both
Yeah.
sides, it was amazing. It was like watching a war
Jesus.
through Twitter. But it was sort of like one of the ones, like, to be honest, I don't think either of them gave, like, they wouldn't want to be remembered as, you know,
No.
Philip's probably not there, like, what?
Yeah.
He's probably looking down going, why are they, what's going
Yeah.
on? What? Who's
Well,
DMX?
Yeah. Personally, the DMX death means more to me than anything because
I'd
at least,
say, yeah.
at least DMX had an impact on my life musically. You know, I didn't listen to all his music, wasn't a mega fan, but you know.
That one amazing
Yeah.
tune
You know, I quite like it. I was quite.
where he
sad.
barked as a dog for a little bit of it.
Barked as a dog. That's it. But it's it was quite sad, wasn't it?
It was sad. I liked DMX. That and he was such a manly man. Like his voice, you hear it, you go, you know it is.
Yeah.
You're just like, that is DMX. That's no one else.
Yeah. Well, we'll go on to some. I feel like we've spoken.
Talking.
How's that? That's not a fucking word, is it? We've spoken too much about death, Kurt. It's too sad.
We could do more.
We could do more. I
okay.
showed you a video before this, Kurt.
Oh yes,
Yes.
we watched the video.
Neuralink.
Yes,
Elon Musk.
it wasn't a porn.
Now, I
It
don't
was
want to touch
Neuralink.
on the morality side of this, although we can talk about it. Neuralink. Now, for anyone who doesn't know, if you've been living under a rock, Elon Musk has been working on a thing called a Neuralink.
Good old
Basically,
Neuralink.
chip that goes in your head that controls stuff. Now, obviously, nowhere near being done. We thought
Correct.
yesterday or the day before, they released a video of a monkey. I can't remember what they said in the monkey.
Oh, what was the
it
monkey's
Pippa?
name?
Was it Pippa? I
Pippa?
can't remember. I don't know what the
Might
monkey's
have been.
name is. Somebody tell us. But I showed Kurt the video. Basically, they had this big breakthrough. So the last couple of weeks, they've been testing on this monkey, and what they've done is they've obviously implanted this Neuralink in the monkey's head, and the monkey's sitting there.
Monkey didn't
playing
sign
this
no
game.
contract for them.
Monkey didn't sign no contract, but who cares?
He gets the freshest banana.
Yeah, he's actually and that's the whole thing. He's got a pipe coming out of the screen who is pumping banana milkshake every
Love
time he does something wrong. So the first game he's playing, he's got a little ball on the screen and loads of squares that light up orange. And he's got a joystick. So what they're doing is they've actually connected the Neuralink in his head to a computer with Bluetooth. Can you imagine? Just walk up with your phone and start playing music into the monkey's head. That would be great, isn't it? But
I just love the idea of hacking it.
yeah, Bluetooth. It's not exactly the most secure way of connecting stuff, but hey ho, whatever they want to do. So connected via Bluetooth, so they can read the brain signals. I don't need the neuro connections.
Yeah.
And basically, they're trying to find a pattern. Obviously, what part of the brain is going off when he moves his arm on the joystick to move the ball towards a glowing square. And they find a pattern, and they're recognising the pattern. And eventually, they unplug the joystick, and just from the impulses, so he's still playing with the joystick, but the joystick's not doing anything. And just from the impulses in his head, before they even reach his arm to move the joystick, they can predict where the monkey wants the ball to go on the screen, and they move it just from the impulses in his head, which in and of itself is insane,
Yeah,
to say the least.
It's very mental.
Then they switched the game up entirely, and they played a game of Pong. OG, it's like playing Snake on the old Nokia bricks, isn't it? Pong, two lines moving up and down the screen. That you've
love
got to
it.
move
Love that game.
and hit the ball. And they get rid of the joystick entirely, and just from the pattern of recognising which part of his brain, which impulses control which bit, they managed to get the monkey to play a game of Pong on the screen with his mind.
It's almost scary, isn't it?
That is as incredible of a breakthrough that is. Mate, can you imagine some of the stuff in the video we watched? If you just type in Neuralink on YouTube, it's from a YouTube, I think it's CNET, the YouTube channel. They explain it quite well. As incredible as it is, and the reasons Elon Musk gave, to give people with paralysis the opportunity to be able to use their mobile phones again.
Yeah.
Or one of the things is being able to connect the Neuralink just from the impulses in your brain. You know, if you're completely paralysed, you've got a severed spinal column or something, connect the Neuralink from your brain to the nerves in the rest of your body that still work, so it can give you the opportunity to walk again. You're paralysed and you can walk again and you can move your body again. But, you know, if that's how it's going to be
It's
used...
all well and good until you lose your internet
that's
connection.
But can you imagine in 20 years' time when this thing's like mass-produced or something? Nobody's going to be using it for that. It's just going to be for people for, like... You know, the stupid thing.
The same people.
Pass me the remote. Like,
It's
just
not
then
even
when
that.
we're
It's
watching
gonna
YouTube
be. It's gonna be them people who like. You know, you see people in like mobility scooters, and you're like, you're fine.
Yeah, exactly. You know, for medical purposes, fair enough. But I know this is just going to be used for lazy people, isn't it? At the end of the day, I'll fucking take it. If it means I don't have to reach over to turn the volume up on the TV, I'm just.
Well, you'd still have to do it. You just have to do it.
You just think it. Just think it. Volume up. Bluetooth connected to your TV.
But then I guess you think about what you're doing anyway, didn't you? Oh,
yeah, but you don't actually have to move from my brain straight to the TV.
Yeah, but then you get like Google and all that as well, didn't you?
Yeah,
then you get in that argument of, you know, are you really you?
Everyone's a computer.
Oh, because if you're connected to Google, right?
I don't know if it works.
You
like
don't, and you're like, right, you know, Google knows more than I fucking do.
Yeah, but then you could say.
So I'd just be like, well, I'm just going to be Google
everyone's
now.
connected to Google now anyway. Everyone's got their phone on them.
It'd be it'd make tests very confusing.
I don't think the Neuralink can give you information. I think it
if
just
you
sends
go
out
to Google,
impulses.
innit? In your head.
Yeah.
Like,
Or you could just
start Googling.
You could
shit.
just. You wouldn't even have to use. You wouldn't even need hands anymore, would we?
Well, yeah, it's like you just close.
It does seem.
You'll get to a point, I reckon, where you'll be able to almost have a computer in your own head.
Just imagine.
So you can literally just
in the
close your
future.
eyes and just have almost like a computer screen.
Exactly. Could you imagine a future now where you can just control shit with your mind?
Be like a Jedi.
Playing a game of FIFA with your mind.
Honestly, I feel like a Jedi.
That's it. Straight
I'd
up.
just be like
Yeah. Playing FIFA
using the
with my-
Force.
Playing FIFA with my head. But yeah, I thought I'd throw that in because that was quite a big news. And even bigger news. The biggest news of this week, bigger than Prince Philip and DMX dying.
Oh, okay.
Bigger.
Everyone.
Everyone is on TikTok now. Let's be
it's
honest.
not
I'd
really-
say TikTok's the biggest fucking social media, especially for our age. I've got a extremely
I'm
unhealthy
on it,
addiction
but
to
I'm
it.
not like.
Okay, you're not even addicted like I am.
I do like going on it, but I watch
constantly-
I just
Yeah,
like, you know, I'll go on
scroll
it for
through your
10
For You page.
minutes.
Well, you must have seen Cal the Dragon.
Obviously.
Obviously, who hasn't seen Cal,
Cal
the
the
Dragon?
Dragon is like a phenomenon.
Elite TikToker.
I think we got to try
big
and get
news
him
this week
on the pod.
He announced, yes, straight up, I'll get him on a podcast. You see, that's what someone I was going to say. I don't know if you listen to any other podcasts.
I don't really.
One of my favourite podcasts I
The
listen to
Fellas.
is The Fellas. Yeah,
I saw they had Ollie Ball.
They had Ollie Ball
I
and
haven't
Jason
seen
Bonnet.
it,
Oh my god, they're such an elite podcast, mate. It's so funny. They are honestly like Cal Freezy and the Burnt Chip make a great pairing already on a podcast. To have Ollie Ball and Jacob Chuckett or Scranit on there again. If you haven't seen them on TikTok, where have you been? Have you seen them anywhere? They're not even just on TikTok anymore. They had an interview with BBC News Round. They had an interview with Lag Bible. They've blown up. They're great. But Cal the Dragon, he's released news this week. He signed for his old club Phoenix. It just cracked me up. First off, we can take the mick out of his TikToks just from him saving.
There's no point.
Footballs in his
There's no
back garden.
fucking point.
But he genuinely, I thought it was a joke.
No.
He genuinely thinks that he's like a professional football player. It is hilarious. So he's announced that he's signed for his old club Phoenix. Like that Phoenix club isn't an amateur football team. Can you imagine if we posted all over to our hundreds of thousands of fans, if we had hundreds of thousands of fans, saying that, oh, I've just signed for Berry Boys, like a local football team. But even better than that is he's had a couple of live streams in this week with the manager from Phoenix, the side he's joined, and the manager's just mucking with his head the entire. What was the video that you saw on TikTok before we started? What was he saying?
It was. I don't even remember. It was
No.
something to do with him. His release clause.
Oh yeah, talking about a release clause, saying if anybody wanted to sign him, they'd have to give him 15 million or something like that. But even then, he took that as a joke. The clip that I watched a couple of the live streams,
saw that.
the salary.
I saw the salary clip.
People were asking in the live stream, what's the salary? Obviously, Phoenix, this club is a local club. no, they're not paying their players.
No.
And this manager turned around and said, "Oh, so yeah, we're talking about contracts at the moment, and we're going to pay him about 50 grand a week." Carol Dragon thought he'd been serious. Genuinely sat down and went, "What, really?" And the manager was like, "No, mate, we're not paying you anything." Can you imagine? Can you?
He's
this
so.
kid is just-
It hurts my head that he's as big as he is. Like, I don't even.
It's entertaining. At the end of the day, all it is to do it is you have to be entertaining, and I'll give it to him. It's entertaining.
It's entertaining, but at what point do you go fucking
Yeah,
hell?
I went fucking on the first video.
Like,
We need to get on TikTok.
is it bullying?
Yeah,
Is it?
It might be.
'Cause
We need to get on
You-
TikTok.
it's
I
like
think.
building a false sense of security for this kid who
Yeah.
thinks he's fucking brilliant.
That's it.
But in reality, like, let's be honest, I'm putting it out there, right? Out of everyone over, like, who goes and play football over, like, my local field, like Swanmead, right? He wouldn't even be the best goalkeeper there.
No, exactly.
In fact, I'd argue he'd probably be, like, one of the worst.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, we need to make a TikTok. I think we do.
I'll happily make a TikTok, right? But
Just funny
my
videos.
problem is, Alex knows this. If I have a TikTok, chances are it's gonna get cancelled pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Like
We'll have to be
you'll have
PG.
to like proof check it all.
Yeah.
Because this, I'm just,
We
yeah.
could put some of the bloopers we've had, some of the jokes that you put in the earlier episodes. They were pretty appropriate.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
could be.
Yeah. Maybe not. Maybe not.
I was
What
about to tell you a joke and I had to stop myself
Yeah.
because I went, no,
No.
it's not PG.
Yeah. I always get nervous when you say you're going to say jokes. It's right at the start. You probably don't even know this because most of the jokes didn't even make it. Right at the start, when we were making these podcasts, we were going to have a little section at the start where Kurt says a joke
Yeah.
and we react. And the first joke he said was, I'll say I laughed very, very hard, but it was never making it into a podcast. Never.
The problem is I just decided there and then that I was making a new section where I was going to just tell a joke.
Yeah.
And Alex went, right,
Oh, no.
okay then. And then, yeah, so
Yeah, it didn't go
my
well.
jokes aren't PG enough.
Yeah.
So
Maybe one day.
for that, I can only apologise. But, however, I do have a little topic. I brought back the quote game, Alex.
Yes. I've been waiting for this.
The
one.
quote game is back.
I've been waiting for this.
Now, this week, they are very short quotes, I'll admit, but they are.
I might
packed.
remember them. I might not have to ask you to
Yes.
repeat them 6 times this time.
I'd say the thing is, they are packed with just questions.
Okay.
Right. Very first quote. Dabbing it wagwan.
Dabbing
Right.
it, wag one.
Right.
Okay.
Second quote. I'm down with the ethnics.
Was that one Prince Philip?
Third quote.
Let me guess.
I assure you there is no Prince Philip.
Damn it. That's what we should have done. We should have had a Prince Philip
I
section.
should have. I should have. And the third one. The youth are my brethren. Right.
Okay, right. Tell me
Now,
what
I
they
want
are.
to tell you who they are. Okay.
Okay.
Boris Johnson and Jeremy Clarkson
And you.
and me.
Oh, no, that's difficult now.
Do you want me to repeat them?
Yes.
Dabbing it wagwan.
Okay, yeah.
I'm down with the ethnics. The youth are my brethren.
Right. I know the first one
What's the
because I
first
asked
one?
Jeremy Clarkson.
Oh, okay. All right.
Dabbing it
I had a
wag one.
feeling you'd know that.
Now, Kurt, I don't know if you're going to take this as a compliment or an insult, but I genuinely do not have a clue whether you said it or Boris Johnson said it.
All right. Well, if it
I'm
makes you
down
feel
with
any
the
better, I
ethnics.
can't say I've ever said either of them.
You just made the quote up for
I
this.
just made it up.
Oh,
I
okay.
thought-
So Boris Johnson.
They're very similar.
Which one would have Boris Johnson? I'm down with the ethnics or the youth are my brethren. I can imagine him saying both of
The
them.
thing is, I'm pretty sure he said it in an interview. Somebody said to
What, on
him,
live TV?
yeah, I'm pretty sure they said to him, they were like, right, which, I can't remember. I can't remember, but yeah, he said one of them, and he said it with chest as well. That's what made it so much better.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to say.
Will Alex?
This could be the only
finally-
opportunity that I could get all 3 correct.
Do you know what? I'm annoyed that I chose the Jeremy Clarkson one because I knew that you knew it, but I
Yeah.
was hoping you'd forget
He's so
and go
talented.
dabbing it wagwan.
You see, that should have been another.
I was
going
gonna
to
pick James. I was gonna do James May, but I
Cheese.
couldn't. Cheese.
I could. One of the things on that poll should have been Top Gear because nobody's ever. If you get rid of Top Gear, you're.
Oh yeah.
need to die.
Or you get a new Top Gear, but not
Yeah.
the old.
Oh,
Top
new
Gear.
new Top Gear can get cancelled. I don't care. But
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to go
Problem
and
is-
say that you
I said,
I'm down with the ethnics.
I'm down with the ethnics.
Yes.
Wrong.
Fuck!
Boris Johnson said he was down with the
How
ethnics.
no way! Oh my god. Oh, that was my only
The
opportunity.
youth
to
are
get
my
that right.
brethren, Alex. You
The
should know
youth are
this.
your brethren. I'm just thinking in my head, Boris Johnson outside Downing Street going, the youth are my brethren.
Yeah, so I thought that was quite a good one. 'Cause
Yeah,
I thought
that was quite a good round.
because
That
they
was the
worked
best
quite well.
one. Yeah, that was a good round. Kurt,
Right, serious.
let's get deep.
Let's
Serious.
get deep. We get
Let's
deep
get
every
down and
episode.
we've got to do it, mate. We've got to
Let's
give
get
our
down
brains
and dirty.
an opportunity.
as they
We've got to
say.
expand our minds here.
Our
Kurt.
minds will expand
You know what?
more
You know what we should
than
talk about next
a
week?
porn star's tits.
Yes. You know what we should talk about next week, Kurt? Something
Yes.
that especially girls like.
Lil Wayne. They love Lil Wayne.
Star signs.
Okay. Oh no.
Should we get into it?
I could do it
Should
now.
we do
I
it?
could do it now.
I want to
Alex.
do my research on this. I'm
How
going to
can
get a
you-
sheet.
How
I'm
can
going to
you
print
do
a sheet
any
off.
research on
I'm
it?
going to do it.
It's all just.
Mate, trust me. Next week we're going to have a whole fucking half an hour dedicated to star signs.
I think that should be the poll. The poll
Yes.
should be star signs, yes or no.
Yes. Well, okay, tell us. I'll put that up earlier in the week and they can let us know.
Yes.
And if so, I'll print off one of my big old print off. It's probably going to be stapled together and everything, mate. It's going to be great.
It's going to be
It's going to be great.
underlined headers.
Now
and
we're going to do some philosophical questions. here.
philosophical.
So I've got two. I think there's three. I mean, I did have two, but I feel like they're a little too deep. If I'm honest, I just sort of whipped them off a website.
Oh.
One of them is literally, "What's your philosophy on life?"
Or cheese goes on top of the ham.
Oh, really? No, cheese goes underneath the ham.
Well, it depends. If you're grating it, you want it on top of the ham, surely.
Yeah, if you're grating cheese, but if you're not, oh, it depends.
I
What are
don't-
we
I-
talking? A sandwich, a toasty, or
Oh,
what?
sandwich.
I guess it doesn't matter really. because
Problem, well, yeah, because you can flip it over.
Yeah,
anyway.
you can
But
turn it
the
over.
thing is my logic is, because you get the butter to stick onto it when you put the sandwich back down, so then it keeps the cheese in place. But you're grating it onto the ham, so you can spread it out.
I love how we the second I mention a deep topic, we end up talking about.
Well,
something
it's
completely
pretty.
random.
It's pretty.
I love this.
Do you not understand what I'm saying? Though?
Yeah.
So almost you butter your first, or you butter both slices.
Yes.
You do it at the same time.
Yes.
Do it in separate times. You're fucking weird.
Yeah.
Right? You put them down, right? You get your ham out.
Yeah.
You put your ham down almost so it covers that slice, like one
Yeah.
slice of bread.
Yeah.
So there's no butter showing.
Yeah.
Right. Then you grate cheese on top of the ham.
Yeah.
Right. So you can spread the cheese, because if you let the cheese go in the butter, the cheese will clump up
Yes.
with the butter. So I'm saying
And
you
you'll
put it
have
on
one
top of
bite with
yeah.
no cheese and one bite of
So
all
you
cheese.
so you can spread out the cheese then on top of the ham. Then you put the other thing on, and then I normally do flip it round,
Yeah.
but I do it that way round because then the cheese you can spread the cheese.
Well, there we go, people.
Have we agreed?
Kurt's philosophy on life is grate the cheese on top of the ham
Yeah.
so it doesn't clump up.
Yes.
I'm very happy I asked you that question. Right. The other one was, where do you think we go when we die? Try not to get religious,
Wait, okay.
because I know how religious you are.
I'm holy.
Holy.
As they say. Where do we go? Normally in the floor.
Okay, yeah, that was a pretty.
Or you get burnt.
Yeah, true. In the floor, I'd love to get.
You can get
cremated.
burnt and go in the floor. Because you can
I
go
wanna
in the
get-
floor and someone can drop a diss track on you. Like Philip.
That's it. We should drop a diss track on Prince Philip.
I would, but I was going to get DMX on it. It's a bit hard to do that.
Oh
so.
yeah, fuck. We're making way too many jokes about this shit. Okay.
Well,
what
what if
about?
we insulted both of them at the same time? People can't get angry.
Yeah, there we go then.
I
We've
didn't
insulted
insult
both.
Thing is, no,
both
we
sides.
didn't insult DMX because we like DMX.
Yes.
I'm just saying, it would have been nice to have
And
him
we
on.
complimented Prince Philip
Mm.
for his charitable organisations
Yes.
and work he does with the charity. So don't cancel us. Okay. What about? I don't know. Mentally, I don't know. Where do you
Mentally?
think you go? Where does your soul go? Kurt?
Oh, we don't have a fucking soul.
Was that you die? That's
Our
it.
soul is just it's like a fart in the wind, Alex.
Yes.
You can call it what you want to call it. At the end of the day, it's ended up down the bottom of the street, surrounded by a fox, shagging a cat. I don't know. Like, it's just,
Or a
it
fox
is
having a
what it
threesome.
fucking
A
is.
fox having a threesome. Well, okay, that's enough of that question. Let's get on to the
The philosophy.
I don't know why I haven't been able to.
Oh yeah, I
pronounce
just
it.
remembered last episode I had a go at people with lisps, didn't I?
Yeah, philosophy. I haven't actually had anyone say anything about that, so we've got away with it.
Hey.
Okay, so the first one.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yes.
You're having a dinner party, Kurt.
I am having
classic dinner parties.
I make it's Kirtland's kitchen.
Curtain's kitchen.
Right.
3 people.
Right.
All of time, dead or alive.
Dead or
Who
alive?
are you picking?
Well, I ain't picking 3 dead people. They'll stink. Right. Let's do this. All right. I'm guessing you mean if they're dead, they come back to life.
Yes, that is what I mean.
Yeah, but then I'd have to explain, like, if I pick someone like from ancient Egypt, I have to explain what a fork is, and I can't be asked. I just
Yep,
can't
that's a
be
good-
fucking asked.
that's a good
They'd just keep
explanation.
asking me questions, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Oh, what's this? Oh, it's a fridge. What's this? It's a cupboard. What's this? It's a wall. And then you know, it just wouldn't be a good
No.
evening. It wouldn't. That's
So
why.
you're not inviting any.
That's
ancient
why
Egyptians.
Tutankhamun is not invited.
Okay.
He can fuck off
Tutankhamun.
with his
Goodbye.
injured knee.
You are the weakest link.
Yeah, fucking falling off chariots and that.
God.
Do you know that's how he died? He fell off a chariot. The most manly death.
Damn.
Damn.
Okay. Who are you inviting? Ken?
Dangerous things, chariots. The man who invented chariots.
The man. Tutankhamun and the man who invented chariots.
He caused his death.
Yeah.
No, who would I invite to a meal? Now, if I wanted to impress people, you know, I'd invite Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah,
I'd like
there you go. Don't even have to
Gino
cook.
DeCampo.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think of another good chef. James May.
James May.
And I'd let them cook the meal.
Yes.
I wouldn't let James May cook it. Like,
So-
I've only seen James May cook one thing and he got
Yeah.
very drunk while cooking it, and then he just
Didn't he
burnt
have
it all.
James May, doesn't he have a
He
TV
does like
show
shit.
about cooking? 'Cause he's
It's
just
no.
cooking.
I looked at it because I wanted to watch it. So I thought more James May. You can't go wrong with James May. Turns out it's not really James May. It's James May attempting to cook, but a sous chef standing behind him going, "No, you're doing it wrong," and then them just telling him how to cook things.
Well.
And I was like, "Oh, it's all good, but it's, you know, I don't want to watch actual cooking. I want to watch James May attempt to cook."
See,
And, yeah, it's not what it
personally,
is.
I'd love to invite Mahatma Gandhi, but I feel like he just wouldn't eat much.
Yeah, he was a pretty skinny guy.
Well, and he
He's
just
known.
refused to eat.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
known for his. I guess what's the word? He wasn't a good dinner guest.
no, definitely
say.
not.
You know, it's selfish in my
Selfish,
opinion.
absolutely selfish.
It's in most cultures. If you go there, and you don't finish your plate. You know, you're gonna get a slap,
Yeah,
and he'll
that's
get a slap with his own sandal
execution.
over the
Okay, so is that-
over the back of his bald head, just a little.
Posh.
Eat
So
your
what's
dinner.
What's your final answer then, Kurt?
What was I saying? If I'm not making them fucking food, I'll invite Gordon Ramsay and Gino DeCampo and just
Get
watch
to
them
cook
do it.
Yeah.
But if I'm
Smart.
having to make the food, I'm not inviting Gordon Ramsay
No,
and Gino
definitely
DeCampo
not.
because they'll get.
You'd have a whole night of just getting ripped into.
No, they'll love my food, but you know, I don't want to. They'll ask me to work for them.
Oh yeah. you can't
Complicated
go for that.
relationship, you know. Just, wouldn't want that. I'd say Seth MacFarlane would be a good
Oh
good dinner guest, I'd imagine. You know, he could just entertain me for hours just doing voices.
Yeah.
Which would be good. Do you know who Jeff Dunham is? He was a
No.
comedian. He has he does them props. You know, the one with the talking. What are they called? Like a doll, but not a doll.
Yeah.
He does that. That's quite entertaining.
Yeah.
I would say him, but the thing is, it's sort of like a bit of a. He'd be entertaining, but until I'm like, right, eat your fucking food.
Yeah.
Right? Put the dolls down and eat your food. So I probably wouldn't pick him. Ricky Gervais would be a good guest because you can just make him anything and he'd just be happy about it.
I think that would be my ideal dinner party. Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant,
And
Carl
Carl,
Wilson.
but I was going to do that, but it's so basic, so I'm not going to pick either of them or any of them. So far, I'm Seth MacFarlane, right? I'm thinking about this. I want to get this right. This has got to be a good dinner. I want a good versatile. You know, I'd have. See, I would have said someone like Churchill, someone with a mind you could just pick at, but that's that. I don't know, I'd get done for like racism,
Yeah.
so I wouldn't do that. I'd pick. There was that. I can't remember what his name is, so I'm not going to say it. Fuck it. This is. I'm taking my time with this. I'm struggling. I'd invite you, Alex. You can come.
Oh, sweet ass.
You can meet Seth MacFarlane with the, you know, that, and it's just, you know, you can be like, Pete Griffin.
Yep.
And do you know what? Why not Patrick Stewart?
There we
Fuck
go.
it.
I was gonna say I didn't want to tell you, but
I was gonna say Patrick Stewart from the start, but the thing is, I wasn't too sure. But the thing is, Patrick Stewart and Steph get along very well. That's why he's
I'm quite happy
American
to be at this dinner
dad
party.
quite a bit.
Patrick Stewart, Stephen Furlan, and me.
Oh,
This is great.
Patrick Stewart is so funny. It's
Yeah.
almost do you know what? I'm gonna say goodbye to you,
Oh,
and
fuck,
I'm bringing
man.
Johnny Depp
Johnny
because
Depp.
Johnny Depp's as funny as Patrick Stewart,
Yeah.
but he just hides it
Yeah.
because he just doesn't really work.
Well, I'd call that a pretty successful dinner party, really. Right.
That
This
is
next question,
that is a
Kurt.
success.
This next question.
I take it back. Peter Kay.
Oh my God, Peter Kay.
Peter Kay's coming
What a guy.
instead of Seth MacFarlane.
Steph, so Peter Kay, Johnny Depp, and Patrick Stewart. That's great.
What an evening!
Yeah.
What an evening!
That would be a class.
Thing is, right? I actually think I don't even know why Peter Kay is so funny.
No.
I was thinking about it the other day. I was talking to my dad about it, and I went, "Why is he so good?"
Like a mixture of the accent.
I just love his accent, and I just love his because his comedy isn't really. He does do jokes, but he
Yeah.
does jokes sort of. It's like, oh, do you want a joke?
Yeah. Like one-liners and shit.
Yeah, like he's so good, and he's just everything Peter Kay does is just
Okay,
like top stuff.
I've got two more philosophical
I take it
questions.
back. It's Lee Evans as well.
Oh, Lee Evans.
So,
Yeah, well, I'll just give you four, and you can have Lee Evans.
yeah, Lee Evans.
So this next question, I don't really know. I didn't really like the question because I feel like I could probably have asked you some of these before and had you prepare some answers.
Yeah.
But sometimes the answers are even better when you think of them off the top of your head. So this one is if you could ask. It's quite similar to the dinner party one. If you could ask one person in history, alive or dead, one question, and they had to answer it truthfully, what are you asking, and who?
Ooh. They have to answer it truthfully.
Yeah, I can't lie. Because that would be a bit of a waste, you know. Send you back and go, Hitler, why did you kill all those Jews? I didn't.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
I don't even. Let's think about this. Trying to think of someone who's done something that would be a good question to ask. You got like, Columbus would be a good one. You could ask him like, why?
Why?
Just fucking why?
Yeah.
Why would you go to him?
Yeah.
Why would you make that fucking place?
Should have left them alone. Look what you've done.
Could ask Donald Trump why he's such a cunt.
Yeah,
You could
that'd
do
be a
that.
great question.
Could ask David Cameron if he actually fucked the pig.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I do. I want to find out if David Cameron fucked a pig.
Yeah.
There you go.
I remember that. Wait, I just need to do
Was it a pig? I think it was a pig. Who else was there? There was Therese May in that wheat field. You could ask her that.
Yeah.
Is it? What was the guy, the Labour guy who didn't win recently?
Oh,
What was his name? I've forgotten his name completely.
Why have I gone blank as well?
You should know this, Alex.
I, can't
I
even
don't
remember
follow
his fucking
politics,
name.
so I can't remember. Who? What did he? I'm trying to remember because everyone said he was like anti-Semitic.
Jeremy Corbyn.
Corbyn, that's the one. I'd ask Corbyn. I'd say, why did you lose? Like that.
Why did you lose?
Just to piss him off.
Don't even want an answer. You just want to piss him off.
I'd say, why?
You know, I'd go and ask George Bush.
I'd say, how
If
the
he
fuck
caused
did you
9/11.
lose to Boris? Fucking Boris. Have you seen him?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'd ask George Bush if 9/11 was an inside job.
That's a good one. I'd ask.
Did you do it? Did you do it, George?
Did you do it? And then he says, no, it was the bricks. They
Oh, yeah.
melted.
Melted bricks.
They didn't melt the bricks. They melted the supports on the bricks.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Yeah,
Sorry,
God, Alex. I know.
Yeah.
I don't need to ask these questions. I fucking know. There's so many funny questions you can ask some people. Just to be like, just put them in an awkward situation, really. I'd get Paris. Is it Paris Hilton?
No,
I'll get her out in front of her whole family and go, how many men have you slept with in one of your Hilton hotels? Right.
Yep.
I'll do that. That'd be a good one. She'll be like, well, that's a sticky one.
Who's
And I'll go,
that?
so's the bed sheets.
Oh, who's that? Who's that lady? She's on a podcast. She's fucking thick as shit. American lady. Oh, do you know what I'm talking about?
What thick do you mean?
Both.
Oh, okay.
Both kind of thick.
American podcast.
Oh, I can't remember her name.
Is it the?
She
Is
hangs
she
around
white?
like David Dobrik and that. Yeah, she's white.
Okay.
Trisha.
Oh, I fucking hate her. Haters.
Trisha Paytas.
Haters,
Oh my! I tell you what,
she's
despise
pissy.
her, but fuck me, is it funny to listen to?
No,
Some
I
of
don't
the
even
shit
listen to her.
she says, she is honestly thick as fuck. But it's so funny. I just go to her and ask her some of the
What's the
questions
meaning-
I've asked you.
what's the
Some of the
meaning
deep
of
questions.
life?
Yeah, just something really deep and see what her answer is.
Yeah, I don't like her. She annoys me.
Yeah,
I couldn't even sit in a room with her.
She used to annoy me because I quite like David Dobrik's YouTube channel.
I
It was
don't.
quite.
I've
I
never
thought
watched
it
him.
was just really exciting, and then he hasn't uploaded in like a year.
No, I never watched him. So I
Like
can't
one of the
remember.
fastest growing YouTube channels, richest YouTuber, and didn't do anything.
You could ask James Charles why.
Yeah.
Why?
Why are you a nonce?
Why?
Okay, Kurt. This last one is infamous.
Infamous.
Question. It's the train
I'd ask
train
KSI.
analogy.
I'd ask KSI why he can't lose.
Yeah, there you go. Why can't you lose? This is the train analogy. So you might have heard this before.
Steam trains.
So there's different stages to this. So I'll start off with the first stage. And I'll just ask you a question. So
Cabin 1.
you're on a train.
Oh,
You're on a
yes.
train, So don't think too much, just because I know you're going to think too much into
I'm
it.
thinking I'm on my way to college.
So you're on a. Imagine it like a tram going down a road. Okay.
Yes.
You're sitting at the front of it. You're not in control.
Sorry,
okay?
Richard Hammond fell off a tram track. He was riding a bike once. I remember.
So I'll ask you the first. I'll ask you the first part of this question. You're on a tram.
Yes.
Okay. The first part of it. So you're going straight ahead. So the track splits. You're going
fuck.
straight ahead. The track splits off to the right. You're not actually controlling the train, but there's a button in front of you
Yes.
that can change your route from going straight on to the or to go to the right to the next track.
Yes.
In front of you is 10 complete strangers.
Yes.
You're going to fucking hit them. You're going to kill them all.
Right. I should look where they're going then.
Yeah. We won't even talk about why they're on the tram. Or to the right of you is 2 complete strangers.
Yes.
Now, do you stay on the tram? Well, you still got to stay on the tram anyway. Do you sit still and don't do anything and hit the 10 people? Or do you hit the button and be the reason that the 2 people over there die? Now, the reason this is such a big question is because obviously,
Yeah.
if you don't touch the button, technically it's not your fault that then people die. But if you do hit the button, you save 10 lives over there,
Yeah.
but you
It's the big
technically are the
Tesla
reason
problem,
these 2
isn't it?
people
Yeah,
die.
it's the big Tesla problem
Yes.
almost.
Yeah.
When they're like, what do? Do you crash and kill yourself? Or do you crash into someone who wasn't paying any attention?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'd do, Alex?
What would you
I'd
do?
get the 2 people that are on the right to try and get into the centre path and I'll go for them all. Clear that population problem.
You know what, Kurt? I'm not even going to fucking lie. When I wrote that question down on my notes, that was the exact answer I thought you were going to say. I thought you were going to go, you know what I'd do? I'd get them all on the same track and I'd kill them all.
Yeah, like I'd try and I'd get their attention. I'd be yelling at them.
At the end of the day, it's natural selection. If they're stupid enough to be standing on
Yeah,
the tram
just-
track when a tram's coming, they should all die.
There's normally a warning. There's
Yeah.
normally one of them barriers that come down, and I'll be like, "What do you fucking
Idiots,
move, you prick?"
Okay. Have you got a serious answer? What would you change tracks? or
No,
would
I'd just stay on the same track.
You'd let
It's
the
not
10
my
people
fucking
die.
problem,
Okay,
is it?
okay. Well, then this next bit doesn't really change anything if you would just stay on the track. I'm going to ask you anyway. So to further the question,
Yes.
you would then change it to you still have 10 complete strangers in front. So really, the normal answer is people would, they're strangers, so I'd just kill the 2 rather than kill the 10.
No.
That'd be the normal answer.
Well, I'd just say, it's not my problem then, is it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the where the fuck's the driver?
Yeah.
Where's the brakes?
Why am I the only one on this tram?
If I woke up on a tram and it was just charging at 10 people, I'd probably laugh.
Yeah. Yay!
I just think there's a bomb on board. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, it's the end of the
Yeah.
road for me.
Well, to further the question, you then say that if you would change track to kill the 2 people,
Right.
imagine now that there's still 10 strangers in front of you, but these 2 people were some people close to you, family members, were your mum, me and your mum.
It was Patrick Stewart and
Patrick Stewart.
and Peter Kay.
Yeah, that's it. Patrick Stewart and Peter Kay.
I'd almost want to turn just to see Peter Kay do something funny.
before he dies.
He
So-
just, as I'm about to hit him, he just yells garlic bread.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Okay, so I'll change it for you and say if you would stay and go to imagine there was group of 10 people, your mates, your favourite people,
Oh.
people you don't want to die.
Big
And
sad.
2 strangers to the right.
Oh, I'll take out the strangers then.
So you change tracks to kill the strangers
Yeah.
and save your friends.
Don't know these strangers.
That's pretty ethical.
I think the thing is, right, the logic I'm going by is if I change to the right on the first one, when they're all strangers, right?
Yeah.
I'm liable.
Yeah.
I don't want to be liable. I'm getting arrested. You know, you get 20 years per person you're killing, right? But if I don't touch the fucking remote and someone else has made them run over 10 people, that it's not my fault, I ain't getting shit.
I wonder if you would get arrested in that situation.
Probably not, because I'm on a tram. You know what I mean? It's the same thing as being a passenger on a bus.
Yeah.
If the bus crashes into someone, I'm not liable.
Well, that'd be pretty funny if you were.
I'd be furious.
Yeah, absolutely furious.
Could you imagine trying to explain that to someone? Like, why are you in prison? I was on a bus.
And the bus driver.
And the bus driver ran over someone, and they blame me for it.
It'd be even more hard to explain if you explained the tram scenario to him. Why are you in prison? Oh, tax fraud.
I woke
I
up.
murdered someone. I woke up on a tram and I hit a button to save 10 people but killed 2. I killed Patrick Stewart and Peter Kay.
I would never do that.
No.
I take it back. Everyone else is getting killed. Patrick Stewart and Peter Kay are surviving.
Am I in that 10 that's getting killed?
What happens, Alex, right?
Thank you very much.
Look, right, it's in God's hands, isn't it, at the end of the day? You know? God, take the tram. That's what I say.
Get hell.
If God's put me in that situation, he wants you all dead. That's the way, I'm saving people. That's the way I'm looking at it.
There we go then, Kurt. That's your... I think we've got a pretty big gauge on your philosophy in life now.
Well, just, it's not my fucking fault.
Yeah, it's true. It's not your fault. It's not. I'm not gonna lie. We're an hour and 6 minutes in, mate. That's gone by so quickly.
Yeah, that's gone very quick.
I enjoyed making this week. This week was great.
It was.
Great fun.
It was.
I don't think I've got any more subjects left. Any more philosophical questions?
I've
unless
got
you've
a
something.
good question
Okay.
for you, Alex. Right? Okay. So there's a right answer to this.
Okay.
The answer isn't. I'm trying to think of the best way to phrase it. So, right, I'm just going to give you the scenario. Right. Okay. So, you die. Right.
Oh, damn. Okay.
You're dead.
Straight up.
So let's say you got hit by the tram.
Okay. Yep.
Right. You wake up. You're like, rah, I am
dead.
dead.
How do I wake up if I'm dead?
Well, that's the thing.
Oh god.
You wake up. There's 2 doors. Okay.
Oh fuck.
Okay. Right.
Don't ask me. I'm so indecisive.
There's 2 doors. Right. 2 people blocking the doors. They're identical. They're identical twins. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. One door goes to hell. One door goes to heaven.
Fuck man.
Okay. Right. You have one question. The one who's guarding the door for hell, right, always tells a lie.
Oh my god. Why have you asked me this question?
The one who does the door for heaven
know the answer.
always tells the truth, right?
Yeah.
What question are you asking?
Now I've heard this before. We cracked this fucking puzzle once before. Years ago. Oh fucking! I was on a camp somewhere. I think it must have been my fucking school, and we asked this question, and they told us the answer, and we all fucking mind blown. I'm trying to think. It was I'm sort of along the sort of lines. You had to ask. So I can only
It's
ask
very-
one question to one of them.
One question. So you have one question. You can ask one of them. You have to?
The answer was you had to ask one of them whether the other door, or whether the other person was lying, or the other person took to heaven, or something like that. If the other door took them to heaven, because one of them would lie about it and say.
They always lie and they always tell the truth.
Yeah.
So
I'm just trying to think of it in my head. So if I asked the heaven door, if the other door took me to heaven, he
Yes.
would say
no.
no. So if I asked the other guy, mate, this is fucking with my head so bad. Oh my god. No, I don't fucking know. Do you know the answer?
I do know the answer.
Oh, give me a second, mate. Give me a second. I
I'm
know
just
this
gonna-
probably doesn't make for good listening.
I'm
sitting here with
gonna
my mind
double
blown.
check it. So while you think this through, I'm just gonna rattle off a few jokes.
Oh no.
I've got to think of something that I can actually tell now. All right, let's think about jokes and that. Well, do you know what? I'll hit you with some pickup lines, people.
Oh, well, my brain is frazzled.
You got you go, hey, want to go halfsies on a bastard? That's a good pickup line. No?
You want to go halfsies on a bastard?
Alex, you're supposed to be thinking.
No, that's the greatest pickup line I've ever heard.
I put STD in stud. All I need is you, girl.
Yeah, he sent me these. I'm going to use these.
Came up with these. I remember being told a few of them, but a few of them I just sat there on Tinder just making up pickup lines. It was quite funny. Are you my appendix? Because my gut feeling is to take you out. That's a good one.
These are great.
I'm no weatherman, but you can be expecting a few inches tonight. Wait, that's a good one.
That's right. Oh, mate, I'm fucking.
Come on, Alex.
Was I
You
along
can
the
do
right
this.
lines? Was I along the right lines?
Sort of, yes. I'd say you were, but it was very close.
So what? I can ask them both one question.
No, you can ask one person one question.
Oh, that's fucking me up then. No, I think that's it. Because if I ask the heaven door,
Yes.
if the other door takes me to heaven,
Yes.
he'd say no. Which meant that if he says no, then it means that door takes me to heaven. No, it fucking doesn't. Because then if I ask the hell door...
Do you want me to...
Wait, no, because I'm just trying to think. 'Cause
give
if
you
I
a
asked the
hint.
hell door if the other door took me to heaven, they'd also say no. No, yes, that's it. So you've got two doors. So
Kind of.
you ask. So you've got an angel and a devil.
And a
so
devil.
if I asked the angel guarding the heaven door,
Yes.
if the other door took me to heaven,
Right.
they would say no,
But what would that...
which meant that door is the one.
Right.
But then if I asked the hell door
Yeah.
the same question, does that door take me to heaven? They'd have to lie and say no.
Therefore, you're... Well, see, the
Which
answer
means that
I've
that door
got-
still
yeah,
takes me to
I
heaven.
see what you mean, but the answer I've got is you ask the guard, what would the other guard say?
Oh no, that's what
That's
it is.
the
Okay.
answer.
Oh mate,
That's
you
what I'm saying.
fucking
You were
remember.
close, but...
Oh, you know what? You asked me. It brought back so many fucking memories of this standing around in a field. We were playing some like wide game where you had to go and collect stuff from different people, do like trivia questions, and it fucked with my head so bad. Oh my.
Well,
God.
I hope the people enjoyed that.
I hope you enjoyed that.
And if I got any girls from them pickup lines, DM me.
Yeah, straight up. Can you think of another one of those
Oh,
questions?
what's
Oh, we have another dog involved. Hello, boss. You're going to come and say
Another
hello in the
dog?
podcast. Well, he came in last week.
Oh, true. Boss, go on, mate. See you
What a
later.
lovely ending. Boss has come to say goodbye. Can you think of another question like that for next week?
Oh,
A
I'll
brain
try.
teaser.
I'll try,
A
but
brain
I'm not very
teaser.
good at coming up with all thinking of, like, because I don't even know, what do you search?
Yeah. Like brain teaser, almost like riddles, but really difficult riddles.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it's not even a riddle, is it? It's the problem with that one, right? Is it's not understanding the question; it's understanding the answer. It's
Yeah.
the hard bit.
Yeah.
And
It's
for the
just too much-
people,
too
and
much
for
for
the
my
people
mind.
out there, the answer specifically was you ask the person, the guard, what would the other guard say if I asked them what door? Oh, if they were like to heaven.
Yeah.
And then obviously he would say,
Yeah.
that is the answer.
Yeah. It's fucked with
So,
my head,
so
that.
wrap your head round that.
Yeah.
Have fun with that.
I feel
people.
like that's a great way to end the podcast for this week.
I agree.
I thank you all for watching. I'm going to leave in the description some links to my brother's YouTube channel where you can find my running stuff that I was talking about earlier in the episode, and my GoFundMe and that. Thank you again for listening.
Yes.
This week was very fun to make. I very like this. I like this a lot.
I like it a lot.
I like it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I've got nothing else to say.
Teasing me, you're naughty.
So yeah, thank you for listening. Thank you for showing your support, and
Yes,
we'll
thank
speak to you
very
next
much.
week.
Episode 10, episode 11 next week.
Hey,
Whee.
adios.
Adios, amigos.